What's up, guys? Today we're looking at the 2023 ADV finals. So this is the Pokemon Perfect finals between Kerts and whatever the button match is. So far we're seeing pretty standard play. Kerts is bringing Euphoria, which is of course less often seen than Skarm, but still very solid option. Here we see an HP grass, which should have been in the button masher's favor, but there was a surf crit, so now it's in Kurtz's favor with the T-Tar down and Swampert chip healing up. Zapdos sees a switch coming, so Baton passes, and now he has momentum at least for a little bit. Expects another switch. Definitely has to play and booms on the Blissey. It definitely has to play a bit more proactively if he wants to get back. But with the Blissey gone now, the Zapdos is going to be able to do a bit more. Accepts the burn. I assume it's rest. Just because of that. Gets another bit of chip heal on the Swampert. I'm not sure why he wants to keep it alive. Possibly it was just a free switch. I don't know why he wants to keep it alive because the T-Tar and the Metagross are both gone. And Bex comes to Fortress. It hasn't gotten a spike up yet. I don't know how much value it's going to have. With 2 flying revealed. But here's Para, so I'm not sure if it's going to get a spike up at all. I think it's it barely it almost kills, but yeah, there it is. Yeah, lots of hacks in this game. Ooh, and the Psychic on the Gengar, and that makes it even. You can see the messages in the chats. Players commenting how odd of a game this is. But at least the luck is on both sides. Caesar takes out the Swampert. And then comes Jirachi, who is faster. Accepts the Earthquake on the arrow just for 50% chip. But I guess he doesn't have much better, something better to do. Expects the switch probably on the Earthquake, so Kurtz expected it. Just gets a Surf on the Jirachi. I assume the Jirachi's faster again. Ooh, and the HP doesn't get arrow. So we're looking at another Predict War here. Should Rock Slide hoping for a flinch? But it doesn't get it, and I don't think Swampert's going to do anything here, yeah. So if we go back and analyze the game. So we've got the end game here with a couple of predicts that were, like, I don't know how necessary. Yeah, it was necessary to predict, like, Rock Slide or Earthquake. Like, if you would have gone in on the Salamence, then the Rock Slide would have gotten it. And then possibly Swamperts would have gotten the Rachi. So yeah, it did look like a Predict War at the end. if we go to the beginning, like we had a bit of luck here that switched the momentum quite early in Kerts' favor. But of course, he didn't end up winning. And yeah, I feel like just like the players were commenting, this game was mostly decided by luck, and the little skill game at the end, like the huge swings, like these four paras. Like even a spike could have helped against Irachi, for example. But that equalized it for the top. And here we've got the same exchange as earlier, so you can see what a difference a bit of luck can make. But the T-Tar, so here the T-Tar wins the exchange, the HP grass T-Tar as opposed to the Swampert. So lots of hacks for a 26 turn game. Let's go into the next game. A Swampert lead. That's not often seen. And like a mild, you would say, advantage for Zapdos, but Fortress came in very nicely. And it's just going to get a spike off. So Kerts gets away with that Perth in a very decently. Just gonna get a bit of chip and into the Salamence on the HP grass, presumably threatening like a brick break or something. And the top accepts the risk that it would pose, so it definitely switches out, and turns out he has brick break. Celebrate going to force the Swampert out, not even going to protect. It's just too afraid of possibly boosting moves or sub. Like the Celebi was unrevealed, so that's definitely an option. But back into the forward dress, possibly just trying to get another spike up. Like that one spike wasn't doing too much. Oh, and it was an HP bug instead. So possibly just feigning the like wanting to spike. So like I wouldn't even say that was risky from Kerts, because it was just really nice to see well, yeah, the top took a bit of a risk there as well. Like it could have been HP bug, I suppose, but Kerts was saying, I don't think you have HP fire, possibly. But I don't know. But in all that, I missed the entire DD tar, so I'm going to skip back. So explode on the Charizard just to get something in that can kill. The T-Star isn't going to kill the Swampert here. Maybe with a hidden power, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, no. It would have to be a special tar, I imagine, like a mixed tar. But that one is DD just with HP grass tacked onto it. But you never know, I suppose. Hydro Pump on the Gengar. I don't know what the Gengar is going to do about the sub here without, yeah, it has to die for it. Salamence possibly with HP Grass for the Swampert. Yeah, HP Grass into Zap. Salamence has to move out into Blissey, which was Zap, of course, but there could still be a dog in the back. But at least for now, the Zap is walled. Blissey goes straight out, possibly to Scout's a Duck Trio. Yeah, and the Baton Pass. So really just got the Blissey in to get the Zapdos out, and then just wanted to get out as soon as possible. And you can see the top notices this, so it just brings the Zapdos back in. But Kerts got a nice Dragon Claw, another one. I don't know what the top expected to happen there. And there's the hidden power from Metagross, so it looks just about even now. I think the Blissey isn't going to get done too much, so I'd say it's slightly in favor of the top. Dragadan Salamence, another Crunch. I don't know if the Salamence has a Brick Break. Yeah, so it kills. Here comes the Salamence just to get the speed boost off it. Dragon Claw is not revealed, but it was on Kerts, so it gets it. Fire Blast on the Metagross kills instantly, so that's pretty strong. I don't know if that's standard. And then just HP Grass on the Swampert. Wow. That was a really nice sweep. Another 29 turn game. Well, let's analyze it. Let's start with that end game. Because here you see the Salamence and you think, well, that's just it. But he doesn't have anything to deal with the other Salamence, and this Salamence definitely does. So then the Fire Blast for the Metagross and the HP Grass for Swampert. So, I mean, I think this is expertly played for Kerts. It's just really nicely done. Being able to get 3 months down with just one, with just perfect coverage. If we go back to the beginning, like it stays pretty equal for quite a while. This Swampert loses a bit of health, so you could say it's slight advantage for the top. But only slides because Swampert can heal up, and he does on the Zapdos a couple of times. Yeah, here you see a couple heal turns. This is, I want to say, kind of equal. It kind of depends on if the Celebi is going to be able to heal up with Leech Seed, but it just doesn't. Like, I don't know if I would consider that a mistake, because the Celebi was higher speed than the Fori. So why on earth would Fori stay in? So I imagine that's a bit of a read by Kerts. But either way, it's 1-for-1. Spike on the field. No spinner on the other side, but Kerts doesn't know that yet, I don't think. Maybe he recognizes the team, that's always possible, of course. And here, I'd say it's in Kerts' favor already. He loses the Gengar. And it's 4-on-4, but Zap is down. So it's 4-on-3 here. So I'd say it's in Kerts' favor. He can just give up the Swampert. He knows the last 3. He knows Salamence can sweep. If he can just get rid of this Salamence, well, if he can just get it low, I suppose. And that's the game. So really nicely done from Kerts. Um, let's get into the next game. T-turn into meta is going to get T-turn out. It's going to get a nice meter mash. Like it doesn't do a lot to zap those, but Metagore is always going to do a lot. Now he also takes a nice chunk and misses the rock slide, which saves Zapdos. The top says F. Yeah, like maybe Kerts was just risking that it wasn't going to be rock slide. Spike trade for Magneton. And the Magneton gets a little bit of health of the T-Tar. So I want to say it's slightly in the top's favor, especially because the Zap and T-Tar has taken damage. Is able to keep the spike up for a little bit. A Wisp on the Claydol, possibly expecting something else to come in. Or just a Shadow Ball over Psychic. Because that Shadow Ball is going to get it's going to get its damage halved from burn. Nice taunt on the Blissey, but Blissey is just going to attack. I'm not sure what the taunts was for at that point, because there wasn't that much to heal. But the Blissey gets out. The Gengar still has enough health left. Like it's not going to take another hit, but it can do something more. And there's the HP on the Claydol, so that spike's staying up. So that's pretty big. Because they're going to get hits both Meta, who is getting pretty low, Blissey, Suicune. So that was nice. And the Wisp on the Claydol really helped as well, with the Shadow Ball, but also with the Earthquakes on T-Tar. And notice this is the last game. So Kurt's taking a bit of risk with the Wisp to be able to bring it home. It's just going to top, possibly just trying to set up with a Suicune, but yeah, the Zap is just going to wall this. Has to bring in the Blissey, has to take in more Spike Chip. Blissey probably just trying to heal here, but the T-Tar comes in, so it's going to get another Rock Slide off possibly, or an Earthquake. A Focus Punch. Ooh, into the Salamence. So it's not going to do too much, except if it crits. So I'd say it's solidly in favor of Kerts now. Just an HP flying, possibly fighting into the T-Tar or Bug. I don't know them. I don't know my HPs. T-Tar into the Blissey again. It's a bit slow, so I'm going to skip a couple of turns. Like, yeah, it's just a bit of switching. Zapdos comes in on a Surf, so that's pretty nice for Suicune. Yeah, barely kills, that's why the top says come on. Because the 7% almost always gets killed by Sandstorm, but not always. So it has to come in with Blissey and take spikes again. And the T-Tar gets another free click basically. It can Focus Punch, but it just chooses to Rock Slide. And it's faster, so the meta was just a sack here. And it's just going downhill and downhill. Kerts has all the answers. The top has littler and littler answers. And last chance with the Suicune, but like that Zapdos is still alive, and the Suicune is already at 50 just from spikes. Yeah, and a rock slide. That's it. This game can be ended a lot of different ways. Um, and with that, Kurtz won the 2023 championship for ADV hosted on Pokemon Perfect. The end game was pretty slow, so I feel like I've said enough um, about that and the middle game. But if we go to the start to see where the momentum shifted. It was nice to get a spike, of course, but it was nice to get a bit of damage on the T-Star as well. Though I feel like it healed almost all of that up later. So it was just a trade of a spike for a Magnezone. It didn't do much beyond that. It was, yeah, this was big. Like it's quite it was quite subtle, but that was really did a lot. And again, just calling out that Clayle does not have Psychic, because that would have changed the game entirely. Uh, so really nice call outs from Kurtz. I'm gonna leave that game. I'm gonna leave this game for what it is. And feel free check out the rest of my content with no pressure. And that was the end of the video.